External API. In this lecture, you will learn how to access external APIs and get required information from them. We developers cannot sit and spend our valuable time in collecting content that we think of using in our applications. The best thing is to use the information readily available to us, created by some expert in that area. Requests are a mean for fetching data from a remote source. It could be an API, a website, or something else. At one point, you will need some code to get meaningful data from one of those remote sources. APIs are used by software applications in much the same way that the interfaces for apps and other software are used by we humans. Now, I will take you through a process of getting some interesting data from an external API to our action and use that data in our response to give the user what he or she needs. We will create an intent that, when invocated, gives the user the current value of Bitcoin in US dollars. This is something that will keep changing so much, and we will take the help of APIs available online. Going into Google search, type Bitcoin Capital Value API. We will just try out the first one that shows up. As you can see, there is clear documentation. What you want is a URL and know what it provides when called upon. We need to post a request to this model requesting for its data with queries appended to the URL we are using. We have an npm package request. The request is designed to be the simplest possible way to make HTTP calls. It supports HTTPS and follows redirects by default. This module has an inbuilt callback function that provides three parameters: error, response, and body. The error message will be used during debugging, and response allows us to check the status code like 200 or 404. And finally, the main part, the body, that contains the data that the API provides. Install this npm package from our command prompt using the command npm install request. Once that is done, let's create an intent in our Dialogflow agent with action name and fulfillment enabled. Coming into our webhook, as usual, let's create a new function and map it to the action name that we gave in Dialogflow. We also need to require the npm package that we downloaded and store the object in a variable rec, using which we will access it further in our function. Coming into the function, using the following command, we will send a GET request to the API. Here, I have used the URL extension query limit is equal to 1 to limit the incoming data from the API to only one set. This will have the value in US dollars, which I am going to use in my response. If you want more data like the value of other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, you can always get them by increasing the limit or even from a particular limit the API offers. These query strings change from API to API. The next part is to check if there are any error or bad response code. If there is none, then we can go ahead use the body. First, we need to convert the string we received into a JSON object from which we can easily access a particular part that we require. We can do this by using the inbuilt function json.parse. Each API delivers data in a format. In most cases, it is left to our choice, but here it isn't. Mostly it is taken out as a JSON. Now the parsed JSON seats itself in an array of distinct items. Since we have received only one set of data, it is an array in the position 0. From this JSON object, we will need the price in US dollars, which can be obtained by the command JSON body array.0.price in USD. This data we will embed into a response sent back from our webhook. Let's check the working of our intent. In the Dialogflow simulator, on invocating using the invocation string, we get the response from the webhook with the help of an external API. There are numerous such APIs out there. Try one yourself and have fun. Summary. In this lecture, we successfully accessed an external API and obtained the required real-time Bitcoin value in US dollars. With this lecture, our section comes to an end. Section summary. We learn how to create a guessing game with intelligence and then how to access external API from our Firebase functions. In the next section, you will learn how to use helpers for creating better actions with more functionalities.